Imagine a vehicle that punches through air at 560 kilometers an hour or 350 miles an hour. You might think that it was made by some famous racing manufacturer, but no, it's made by JCB, the same company that makes diggers, tractors, and excavators. Not only that, they also use diesel engines on top of that. Introducing the JCB DieselMax. How did all of this begin? The JCB had an idea to create a vehicle to break the world record for the fastest diesel car. The idea was to create a long streamlined chassis with extremely low coefficient of drag, purpose-built for straight line speed. They also wanted to use diesel engines because they are famous for diesel equipment. But what diesel engine, you might ask? Well, believe or not, they use their own JCB 444 engines used on their regular backhoe loaders and excavators. This was a fun way to promote their engines. These engines are quite different compared to normal car diesel engines because they have lower revs and more torque. Imagine using an engine meant for diggers on high-speed streamer, definitely very rare. How did they achieve all of this? Well, they used two engines and both of them are modified and they produce 5 times more power than stock. To achieve that power, they used compound turbos and they had 6 bar or 87 psi of boost. That's crazy. They have intercoolers and aftercoolers and they have 180 liter ice tank for cooling. The combined output is 1500 horsepower together. In comparison, the factory engines had 140 horsepower each. The vehicle was all-wheel drive. One engine powered the front wheels and one engine powered the rear wheels, with two 6-speed transmissions. The chassis was designed by Visio Engineering, and the aerodynamics were refined with computational fluid dynamics by Mira Company. The vehicle is 9.1 meters or 30 feet long, basically like a school bus, but it was only 1.15 meters or 3.8 feet wide. The vehicle had 5.9 meter or 19 feet wheelbase. It weighed around 2.7 tons or 5,400 pounds. It also had 3 braking systems. It had normal brakes, parachute, and exhaust braking. Exhaust braking is essentially a valve that closes in the exhaust to enhance the engine braking. Funny how a system designed for low-speed machinery became in handy for land-speed streamer vehicle. The test driver was Andy Green, the same guy who broke the ultimate ground speed record with SSC in 1997. This guy loves speed. On 30th of July 2006, testing began. It reached 320 km an hour or 200 miles an hour. That run was only for testing overall behavior. After that, it has been transported to the South Lake. On 13th of August, it reached 510 km an hour or 316 miles an hour. And that was incredible, but their goal still wasn't reached. Their goal was 560 kilometers or 350 miles. 9 days later, it hit 530 kilometers an hour or 329 miles an hour. And 24 hours later, it hit 563 kilometers an hour or 350 miles an hour, breaking their own record previously set, and to this date is the fastest diesel-powered vehicle. The gearing was so high that it needed to be pushed by JCB Fast Track up to 50 km an hour or 30 miles an hour before engaging the first gear. Another interesting aspect was its fuel economy, or the lack of it to be exact. They said that the vehicle consumed 1 gallon or 3.8 liters over the 18 km stretch. I calculated that the vehicle consumption is 20 liters per 100 kilometers or 11.7 miles per gallon. Not bad for a vehicle literally going airplane speeds. Although the Fast Track gave it a bump start, it's still impressive. In fact, it only had 9 liter or 2.3 gallon fuel tank. It's very interesting that the vehicle had way more potential, but they needed to limit it. In fact, the 563 km speed was achieved in 5th gear, and it had 6 gears. The limiting factor are the tires. Hopefully they will try this again with better compound. Considering that the vehicle had another gear, an additional 300 horsepower, it definitely tickles the imagination of what's truly its top speed. I'm sure that the tires could probably take more speed, but it's definitely not a smart idea to risk a blowout at these speeds. That's all that I have for today. What do you think? Can it do 600 kilometers maybe? Thanks for watching.